Hi everyone, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home. Thank you for joining me, and today I want to show you how to do the pillar cards but with your scan and cut, so then it's easy just to change style, and there's so many out there now. I think it was first Jaimie Rodgers who came up with the concept, but I mean, if you go on YouTube now, there are so many videos on making these, but making these without the scan and cut. So I just thought I'd go through, although it's fairly basic, I'll go through it. Once I've done the design, I will leave it on my Facebook group, as always, We Craft at Home, but the group page, and all my files are always there to download, so you can either have a go yourself or download the file I've already done. Okay, so let's get going. First of all, we are going to need a rectangle, and we'll do the pillars first. So my idea is to do it as, so it'll fit into an 8 by 8 envelope. To do that, the pillars, I want the biggest one to be 6 high. So first of all, I am going to untick maintain aspect ratio. First height we need is 6, because that will be the biggest. And actually the width's pretty spot on. I was going to do it at 90, and I'll explain why in a little while. So we need 2 of each, but I'm just going to do 1 of each just to show you. I'm going to use my X and Y's like I always do, and we're just going to put the score lines in. So that's the path tool over here. My X and Y is on 0, 0, and we're going to do the first one at 1 inch. And I always use the 3rd score down because it's smaller, so it doesn't tend to break the paper. I prefer that. And now what I'm going to do is layer, duplicate, and the next one, let's see if I can grab it, because if, there we go. And we need to go halfway. So if you go over to your X and Y's and use the buttons on your keyboard, the arrows, you can get it perfect. Or you can just do that and put 0 on it for the Y, because we need it to go right up to the top. 150 there because we need it halfway. And then layer, duplicate, and this one we need, so if I show you this way, we need it at 250. And let's see if it'll pick up. No. Just going to use my arrows, and then we need 1 more, and that is going to be at 3. Okay, now it leaves just under 1 inch here, because that's going to be the bit that's going to go inside to connect it all, and we don't want it butting up against over the score line and making it difficult to fit together. So I've done it so that it's just under 1 inch when it covers this one. Now I've done mine so that they are 1 inch wide but ½ inch depth, and I've done this so that when it folds flat, which I can show you later on, it doesn't take up so much room to use a bigger envelope, and I'll show you what I mean later on. So that is a 6 one, and we're going to group it together, and then if we duplicate that, all we're changing is the height. So on this one I'm going to change it to 4, Then we'll duplicate that. And we need one more at 2 because I'm going to go down in 2 inches and have staggered. I've seen a couple of people do this and I like the idea. So that the pillars are staggered as they come down. Now most of them that I've seen are Christmas designed. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do like a woodland effect. Hoping you'll like it, just so that you know what I'm up to. So they're the pillars basically, and we want 2 each of them. I'll just put them over there because then we want a square that is, let's tick the aspect ratio back up, 6 by 6. So that's going to be the back as 6 by 6, and then the pillars will each come either side like that, and then come down there, and then down there, so it's kind of staggered. I hope you can understand what I'm meaning, and it'll be both sides. Now a lot of people have done this with acetate, but like I said, I'm going to cut out like a woodland scene and use that. But first of all, because the card, when you fold it, it's going to end up being just under 8 inches, I thought it might be nice to add on some text. So if I just do a generic one, you can decide whatever it is you want to use. But I don't want Antique Oakland. That's different. Augustine script. I like that. Okay, let's use that. So I'm just gonna, it all looks okay. World. Well, that's really pretty, isn't it? Next thing to do with that is offset. I like an 8 offset. Okay. Because we've got to size it down, we've got to size them both down. Actually, the easiest way to do that is make sure the width is just 6. There we go. Okay, that's the one we're using. This one can come out the way, because this is the one we've got to stick to the top. And we will make sure that we've centralized it properly going down. And then before I stick it together, that will be there like that. Just so it's got an extra thing on the top with the pillars. Let me make sure I'm not in the way of the pillars. Oh, I am. Okay. I'm kind of glad I've done that. So we're going to have to come up quite a lot with this. What I'm going to do actually is just bring it down a bit more in size. Always remember to bring them both down in size. 5.5 I'll do. And then I'll get this out the way again. Bring this back in and just scratch the surface. And then what we want to do is center down the middle again to make sure that we've got it in a good place. Okay, let's try that. It's a bit better. I think that will be fine. And then that will be on top. In fact, these tiny little marks I really don't think we need. I'm going to come close And all I'm going to do is get rid of them. So I've picked the nodes up so that I can just cover these, because they're just too tiny and we don't need them. I think I might leave that one. Okay. Display, zoom to matte size. Nah, that's a little bit better, isn't it? We don't need all that fuss. So that will be on there like that, just as an added little extra on top of the tower pillars. Okay, so that's your first layer, and together the height is not that bad. So you could add a bit extra if you wanted. You maybe do 2 layers of writing if it's going to be that small, but I'm happy with that. So then that's your first layer. Now the next layer, what you want to do is kind of landscape it so that it comes down like this. And the easiest way, we'll try it freehand first, and we're going to go from there and just try and do, and then I'm going to try okay, that's not so great, but I don't know, that might work. So I've done that. I haven't got it exactly straight. If I remember rightly, there, we want to close the path. I think that works. Let's just move it back in place and make sure I've done this right. And then it should subtract. There we go. So there you go. Now you've got it sliced off like that. And that will go there. And then you need another one. And what I might do, for being lazy, so this one is at 4. We need this one at 2. Like that. But then if we flip it, it's going the other way, so that will look even better. So that can be your layers. The other thing is also, I tried before, is somewhere in the borders there is a grass. So if you wanted to use kind of a grass effect, you could just add this to a square. If I show you, I'm just showing you roughly here. I wanted hills, but if you wanted just say something with grass on, you could squash this up so that it's closer together and come down. And well, that, and then you've got grass added, sort of thing, like that. So that's another idea. But I'm going to do the hills, and I'm going to cut it out in some kind of greenery, whether it's grass or whatever. And these I'm going to cut out in a bark effect paper, and then I've got some of my old stuff that I'm using, or some of my dies that I'm going to cut out and use to stick onto these extra parts here and put it together, and I'll show you how I've done that. I know there's loads of different ways to do it. Maybe if you wanted to, I could do some more effects, but for now I just I'm going to start with this one and then see how it goes. I want to try and do some more card shapes that can convert onto Scan and Cut, but I'll start with this one and then we'll see how it goes. So we need one of them, one of them, and one of them. What I might do here actually is cut that out in white and then just do the panel inside of that, so just a little bit smaller to add on. Yeah, and then do the same for the back so that you've got somewhere to write on the back. Okay, so one of these, one of these, one of these, and two each of these. Okay, I'll see you over there. Okay, so I'm at the craft desk. I've got all my bits. I haven't done anything yet because I just thought I'd go through it, the whole of everything with you. So these are the towers. I've done the happy birthday. I've done it twice. It's a little bit split up, but it does go together. In case I need to cut it twice. This is my front. This is the one that's going to go behind it, and this is the actual backing scene. And then this is the back plate, the whole back plate. I'm just trimming off the bits that I've missed out, sorry. So my back plate has got happy birthday on top of it, and I've got this. So all I'm going to do very first of all is just glue my backing plate on so we know that's done. You could put your happy birthday on too if you want, or whatever one you've decided to go with. I think this is a little bit blocked, it's not coming out very well. So I need to lift it up a little bit. There we go. And then we've got, yeah, I think that'll look nice with the columns the same colour. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going to use my hand as always. So I've got, actually I've got the whole happy there. It's just, so that one says Earth Day because the B was separate.
dot for an eye in there somewhere. That'll do. I don't think that's it, but it'll do. Okay, so that's my happy birthday on there and my backing plate. So that's all ready now to go. I'm going to put that to the side and show you how to do the columns or pillars, whatever you want to call them. So we need to score all our lines first. I've used double-sided paper. Can't see my scores. There it is. This card has got such a grainy pattern that you can't tell. Okay, so one of these sides is going to be shorter. It looks like this one. So all you've got to do is see if it fits in that way or if it fits in that way. And you can see there's an overlap there. So this is the bit that's got to go on the inside. You can use tape if you prefer. You all know by now I prefer glue. I think wet glue sticks better in the long run. And this one is very good at taking it straight away anyway. So all we're doing is making sure that they meet like that. And then what you can do, and I think that one's going to fit down, if you get a bone folder and just push all the way down, just making sure that it's stuck extremely well. And you're going to do that for all of them, which I will fast forward through. Okay, so what you should have now is 2 at 6 inches, 2 at 4 inches, and then 2 at 2 inches. And the very simple bit now is sticking them. Now I would stick where you've stuck it together, the back piece, I would stick there. Like that. So all you need to do is stick on the back, hold it flat so that you can get your edges exactly right. This is why I like glue, I can move it. Okay, so there's my one. Again, find the back bit where you've stuck it together. So you see now, that's 2 of the pillars, and when they fold down, they're going to fold down like that. So they're easy. I am just going to make sure it's all glued down nicely. This is such a great card. I really love this. Okay, so then you need your piece here. Like this. So all we're going to do is stick up there, and you don't want to go too far in, and here. And then you want to make sure that they both only go as far as the bottom, but all the way to the top. Like that. There we go. Okay, so that's that piece. Now we need to do the next lot of pillars, and this time we're sticking it to the crease of the previous one. So again, find where you've stuck it together. Oh, that's right. So this side we're sticking it to the edge. You see it's slightly moved there, so be careful when you're doing yours. And as you come up, they should be level. So like this. And then I've got one going the other way. So again, we just need to stick a little bit of glue on each end. It's probably easier, to be honest, to lay it down flat and then stick it onto both sides so that you know you've got it right. Like that. And then stick the last 2 down. And again, you're going to do it on the first score of the pillar. And again. On this side you're going to the edge, like that. So what you've got now is a lot of green, I know, but don't panic. I've got a lot of green there, but you should have this. Now, I done some insert, maybe I should have put it on first, but I was thinking if I put it down inside, it might help. So, Sorry, they all went under the mat. So this is my backing paper, and I love it because it looks just like bark. So what I'm going to do, I know we could use tape, but like I said, with projects like this I prefer wet glue, and this glue dries quick enough for me not to have to worry. So for the inside of it, don't forget you can always fold it flat just to make sure that it is down properly. I mean, there's so many ideas that come out of this. I just love it. So there's your basic card. And when you fold it flat, because every one of these is a 1/2 inch, you're going to go 1.5 inches over, and it's a 6, so it'll fit into an 8x8 card, no worries. That's what I've tried to do. That's why my pillars were only 1/2 inch by 1 inch. Most people do them square, but I was trying to do it so that you could have a nice decent sized card as well as fitting it into an envelope. And then you've got your sentiment on top, and then I went a bit crazy and I cut out loads of dies and SVGs that I had from all sorts, and I don't even know what I'm going to do yet, but I was going to cut some trees out, I'll be honest. But I think I don't need to, because I've got all this plant stuff. I thought if I just start hanging that down, I can cut it shorter and hang it down like it's part of the tree, and we can start playing with that. And then I've got lots of flowers, and some are too big, but again I thought cutting it down might work. Maybe that one in the background so it looks bigger. I've got a nice bunny that I might put on the front. What else have I got? I've got loads of birds. I've got the fairy, the quirky fairy set, so I've got 3 different sizes of them. I've got a nice signpost from one of my dies, thought that might go on there. Mushrooms, lots of different trees that I thought I could use a few of them on the front, like that. I mean, that is supposed to have a fairy standing on it, so I've got that. I've got logs, so it's just playing around. I just cut out loads of what I had. I've even got a nice big bird if I want to use it. I think maybe these are a little bit too big. I think I cut them too big, but even cutting them down they might work. This one might work. It's nice. Put a bit of blue in there. So I've got so much, and all I'm going to do is play around and build up a picture. I'll post the picture at the end of it. I'm sure you don't want to see me putting it all together. I'm sure you've seen plenty of that before. Got some nice autumn leaves as well. So there's loads, absolutely loads that we can do now, but just the start of it. Excuse the mess, but I've got so many different sized birds. It's one of those die sets where it's all together and you just get loads of birds, different sizes. Oh, that's a tiny fairy. And you just get loads of different birds to cut out, and I just thought that would be perfect for this, because we can choose all sorts of different birds. Yeah, look. Loads of different ones. And just play with it. That's the quirky bird one as well, that comes with the fairies. Like I said, I've got rabbits, I've got loads of logs and ivy that I thought might look nice, as though it's part of the tree hanging down. Oh, I've got this beautiful little set there. I love that. I thought that might be nice, coming across like this. But anyway, I'll have a play, and when I'm finished I will show you the finished result. But that's the basics of the tower card. You obviously do it how you like. A lot of people have done Christmas ones. I would like a go at several more. I've seen lots of different ones. I've got a few ideas myself as well. So if you'd like to see it, let me know. And don't forget, it folds flat. As long as you don't use any pads with everything on it, it will continue to fold flat. So there we go, yeah. That's my take on the pillar card. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.